Welcome, Gemini. This is your weekly focus for the week of August the 5th. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support. See what the cards have to reveal for you. Oh my gosh, they're all over the place. Let's try and put them back together. Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay. So we have an 8 of cups. The Eight of Cups tells me that in order for you to go forward, you know that you have to walk away from some of the things that you have gotten comfortable with. I would have to say it's comfort that's keeping you from actually moving forward in the way you want. Maybe you have your own business and you might have to hire somebody. That means training. That means you're going to be farther behind because you have to train this person. Hopefully they work out, or you'll be training another person. You'll get farther behind and farther behind. And so you kind of hesitate on going forward because if you go forward, you got to hire someone. Instead of thinking, if I hire somebody, then I've got the extra resources to actually turn my focus to where it needs to be within my business and allow other people to do their work. And of course, I'll look it over, but it's not going to take me the time to look it over as it was to create it and look it over. Maybe it's where you live. Maybe there is a job out of state or out of country, and wow, it really would be exactly what you would love to do. But wow, to just pack up and move away from all my friends, my family, but there is true prosperity in this move forward. So I think we're dealing with a little bit of choices here, a little bit of understanding ourselves a little bit, maybe changing some habits and behavior, definitely inviting in some happiness and joy in our life. I think home and family is kind of important to us. They're very important to us, maybe. I don't mean to dismiss it, but I'm trying to do a general here. But I think you have a lot of ambition right now, wanting to go forward, wanting to be successful. I think there is a drive behind you, wanting that and pushing you away from perhaps some of the things that have made you comfortable for so long. Wanting you to move in a new way, wanting you to transform, to allow your curiosity to get a little carried away and see what you could do if you actually just gave some of the usual routine, usual comforts, usual expectations, just a little bit of room in between you and it to see where that might lead. We have the Strength card. So know this week that you are strong and you are capable. Okay, there is a strength about you. You're also walking with a sense of integrity this week. So that allows you to be able to tell people things knowing that you will follow up. You'll see it through. Your word is your honor. If you say you're going to do it, you're going to do it. There's not going to be something that comes in and interferes with it. You're very strong. You're very courageous under this energy. You know who you are under this energy and where you want to go. So there is a beautiful strength about you this week to take you forward in the way you want. So talk to God, your angels, the universe about what you want to bring into your world because they're listening and you are very courageous in your stance. We have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles means busy, busy, busy. Okay. It also tells me that something could come in and you could miss it quite easily because of everything else happening in your life. Some wonderful opportunity that didn't sound like an opportunity, obviously, when it was given to you. Otherwise, you would have been there. But it was kind of, a sentence or two. And if you're interested, and they kind of left it hanging where normally you would go and seek out the validation and what was the underlying thing, what is it all about, give me more details, I need to understand this. But instead you're kind of being pulled in different directions and you might miss a wonderful opportunity doing that. So try and slow it down a little bit this week so that you catch the opportunities when they arise, that you have time to ask those validating questions, you have time to put in a little bit of research, you have time to think it over and understand it for yourself, and how this might be something wonderful to put in your life going forward, to allow into your life going forward. We also have the Hierophant. knowledge, wisdom, sage wisdom. You have the sage wisdom, and you're going to lean on some of that sage wisdom as the week develops. Okay. I don't think it matters who tells you what. If you firmly believe it in your heart, you're going to go with that before anything else this week. Overriding this energy is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands tells me that you have been through different paths. You've been through different life experiences, right? Different paths that you have walked, or really one main path, right? But you know how we meander down this way and then that way. We just don't take the highway straight across for any of our life, right? So the ones in the background represent the paths that you have walked to get to the here and now. And they all have great growth potential. The one you're holding is pretty gnarled, stubby, no growth whatsoever. But all those ones behind you actually started out that same way. Okay, it was you, your input, your mastermind, your knowledge, your wisdom, your courage and strength made it what it was. It didn't just happen. It happened because of you and who you are. And now you're looking at this wand and you're deciding whether or not you want to go forward. So let's go back to the business thing again. You have your own business. Well, you know what? I'm making enough money to have everything that I want right now. Of course, more money would be always greater because then I could do more great things, but it's not like I'm not okay. So it's this card coming back in again saying, do we really need to go forward here? Aren't we happy where we are? Do we really want to rock the boat? And here you're thinking, I think I do, but I'm just not sure. I think I do, but I'm just not sure. So it's kind of like a teeter-totter kind of energy that you're in this week. You know, and then you have everything else happening in your life around that. Busy, busy, busy. You know, the aunt's phoning, the uncle's phoning, the grandmother's involved now, you know, and two nieces and nephews even showed up for the argument. You know, there's a lot going on in your life right now. And so it's much harder to put your focus on where you need to step forward. So give it time, give it the energy it needs, it deserves, okay? Cradling this energy is the Hangman. So yeah, give it the time, okay? Now I want you to look at those problems, those concerns, that drama in your life, and I want you to look at them and remove yourself from the situation emotionally. Try and just do it logically. Okay. And if it's happening to you, let's say something's happening to you and you're getting angry and you're getting upset and you're kind of losing your focus on everything because you're so upset or so angry about this happening in your life, and you want to do something and you pick something that you want to do. I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. Now, before you do that, I want you to think, if this was a friend coming to me or somebody I didn't know, and they had the situation happening in their life, not mine, but their life, what is the advice I would give them? Because that's usually the advice without the emotion, without the past everything getting in the way of making that logical decision. Okay. When you do it that way, when you think that for a second that you're talking to a friend and giving advice and saying it aloud and hear how it sounds, and does it make sense still? Or would you tell them something different? Because now you really need to think about incorporating that something different in, because you might have been acting more on emotion than logic when you first entered the problem or the situation, the event, whatever it is. This is also a card that asks you to look at what you are in control of. So once again, we'll go to the business. You are in control of hiring somebody to take over some of the obligations and responsibilities so that you have more time, vitality, energy, resources, even perhaps to go forward with, okay? Well, they won't do it the way I do it. Well, of course they won't. They might actually be better in the long run, but they've all got to start somewhere, and you're the one teaching them. So you're going to love, so long as they have talent, you're going to love what they do for you. Whether they're answering the phone or whether they're selling a product for you, it won't matter, because you're going to train them how to do that right, so that you can step back and put your concerns on other things. Okay. Meditation, being in the moment is vitally important right now. We don't want to get caught up in the past. We don't want to look too far forward, but we want to make sure that we are okay where we're standing because we are thinking about our path to our tomorrow. And we don't want to make any rash judgments. We don't want to really say yes or no without really doing the homework necessary in order to know if this is a good thing for us. But the fact that it's calling out to you should give you some indication of what you should be exploring this week. As we start off the week, we have the Lovers. Well, you could have just had a wonderful weekend with your partner, your spouse, maybe somebody you just love dearly. You come in embracing maybe an idea to grow prosperity, and an idea to enrich a relationship, an idea to finally shed that last 10 pounds, an idea for whatever it might be for you. Okay, we walk into it, you know what, and you have the strength and you have the courage to actually succeed. You even have the sage wisdom coming in here. We just need to keep focus. We just need to keep focus, which is so easy to say out loud, extremely hard to do in life. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is just trust. Just trust that if you show up, to have a patience with the process, that not everything is going to happen immediately so you can see the immediate results. And I think this is a week where you'll want immediate results, and that won't happen. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you up front so that you're not sitting there going, well, I did it, Tilly, and now nothing. Don't worry about it. Okay, it will come when in its own divine energy, so long as you have thought about it, so long as you've given it some thought, really investigated it, or asked the qualifying questions. So long as you looked at it under a logical sense rather than allowing your emotion to sweep you away. And then it's showing up. It's just showing up and doing what is necessary. When it comes to work and career, well, this could be promotions. This could be, this is the growth of your prosperity, of your abundance. This could be a time when you are looked at for a promotion within the company. It's something that, you're not used to. It's uncharted territory, so to speak. You're not sure what to expect. But I think you have prepared yourself along the way to go forward in the way you need. You've got the skills, you've got the talent, you've got the ability, but maybe it's only in theory and you haven't had a practical setting in which to do it yet. But I think you're going to be fine here. You have a lot of sage wisdom that plays into this path forward. And this could be that new path forward that we have been deliberating on. What should I do going forward? Should I expand? Should I ask for that promotion? Should I go for that raise? Should I take that job across town? Things like this are all probably being worked out in your mind here, but it is about getting curious about things. It is about the exploration of things. And I don't think this goes into stone or anything for you. I think rather it's taking the first steps, making the commitment to a new path forward. When it comes to our relationships, don't let your ego get in the way, and don't let your heart get too much in the way. Not everything is being said or done and it affects you personally, although you may take it very personally. You kind of have to weed it out and understand if it was more of a generalization that was said or acted upon, or if it was against you personally. And those people who attacked you personally, well, then they need, those are red flags waving all over the place, so. But we also have people that love us very much and want us to do great, and they are giving us some practical advice, and we can't shut them down because we don't want to hear it. We have to at least listen. We don't have to take their advice, but we at least have to listen, because sometimes they can see things that we are too close to see ourselves. And they can give us a perspective that we wouldn't have gained on our own, even if we pulled it back. When it comes to relationships, I see this more of you building your own strength. I mean, there might be some laughter and joy and celebration and those kinds of things, but I really get this more as you finding that balance, that strength within you, that knowing that you can go forward to realize your capabilities, your potential, and then just going forward with it. And it's something you love. It's something that brings in passion. Absolutely. When it comes to love, well, your word is your bond, so make sure a busy week, so make time for the people you love. Absolutely. But I think it really evolves around more of a healthy ego for yourself, knowing when to listen, knowing when to lay down the weapon, and knowing when to pick it up. And we've got the Three of Wands for our final card. Three of Wands tells me that we're really not making decisions this week, but as we go forward, we will make those decisions. Right now, it's almost like we're accumulating different information in order to make it strong. I think we want to make sure that home and family is well cared for before we really, and I get you moving forward in work and career. So I'm going to say, you want to make sure home and family is it's okay, right? That there's beauty there, that there's harmony there, that there's a sense of safety and security there before you really start to push yourself outside of that realm and go into more of a career-based or work-based opportunity or adventure. It could be an adventure. You could be creating this all on your own. Absolutely. And you're going to give it some thought. But like I've been saying, this is an energy this week to increase the joy, the happiness, the love, the romance, our creativity, allowing those things to flow to raise our energy. Because when we raise our energy, we're more apt to make the right choices for our life going forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.